while we're on the subject of brain dead, I wanted to just clarify a couple things. So when I graduated from this school, before September 11th, I worked for a record label. At the time, the CEO of that record label was Sylvia Rhone, who everybody kind of made a big deal about because she was apparently the first black woman CEO of a major record label. And people don't realize that she inherited a really good situation and she drove it into the ground. And I was never really like buddy-buddy with her. I was a web person. I did web marketing. I was an assistant and I worked my way up to a low-level executive as a manager. And I was there for 4 years. I did my thing. I got to meet all the rock stars I could possibly want. While I was there, it was a really good job to have after college. But Sylvia Rhone wasn't much of a presence in my life. I didn't really hang out with Sylvia Rhone and her crew. And I was perfectly fine with that. I had my own friends. I was, dating a really cool guy at the time. Like, Sylvia Rhone was like a total, just like, nobody to me. I mean, sure, she was the CEO, but like, the company went downhill after that first stellar year that she took over. Mind you, she had nothing to do with that stellar year because she just inherited it mid-year. So it's not like the work and the bonuses that we got and the Christmas party that we got were the result of her strategizing her business chops. That was the result of her predecessor. Because the following year, everything just like tanked. And I say this because people seem to be really excited by the fact that Sylvia Rhone is still around. Oh my God, people who were down with Sylvia Rhone back then are still really excited about her today. And I'm like, have you looked at her Instagram? Like, a year ago when she goes to the Grammys, there's a picture of her. She looks like a fucking cockroach that like snorts coke with like Sheikh al-Mansadi or whoever from like some Gulf nation. Like, she doesn't look good and she's in her 60s. All the publicity photos that they use of her are like from 20 years ago. She doesn't look healthy. She doesn't look like a competent music executive. I don't know really that she was a very competent music executive when I worked at the company that she was the CEO of. I never had a personal relationship with her. I had probably more of a personal relationship with Eric Gottland of Third Eye Blind than I did with frickin' Sylvia Rhone. I'm just saying. What else can I say? Yeah, Sylvia Rhone, if I had music that I wanted to share with Sylvia Rhone and I was just like, hey, where would I go, to share new music that I think is really hot and cool that I want a music executive to actually act on? Guess what? It wouldn't be with Sylvia Rhone. It probably would be with Downtown Records and it probably would be with Concord Music, but Sylvia Rhone would be at the bottom of my list, if at all. Like, I don't know why people make a big deal of her. She could barely walk up the stairs of that little, honorary, she got some kind of honorary award if you look at her Instagram, and she's like wobbling down the aisle and up the stairs onto the stage of whatever event she was attending that was giving her some kind of an award. Like, she looked terrible. Like, she had to be helped up the stairs. She's not elderly. She's in her 60s. She still wears very fashionable clothes, but she looks like a fucking wreck. I wouldn't trust her further than I can throw her.